Hi, I'm Alex. I'm a CPA with Stronghold Accounting, and if you're a creative agency owner making over $500,000 in revenue, there's a good chance you're overpaying your taxes to the IRS by tens of thousands of dollars every single year, and we're going to look at the top 3 ways to mitigate this so you're aware and can put an action plan in place. So let's get into it. The first easy red flag for creative agency owners, whether you're a design agency, branding studio, marketing agency, the main culprit that I'll see is that your entity structure is wrong. And what I mean by that in more layman's terms is you are taxed the wrong way. For most LLC owners, when you start your LLC, by default, you're taxed as a sole proprietorship. Now, you need to go out and actually elect to be taxed as an S corporation in order to reap some tremendous benefits, which is basically saving a ton of tax on your net income. So let's say, for example, you're an agency owner profiting $250,000. If you're a sole proprietorship, your self-employment tax is going to be around $38,000. Now, if you're an S corporation in that same scenario, you're going to save all $38,000 of that self-employment tax just because you are structured as an S corporation. It's that easy. And by not taking advantage of this entity structure, if it makes sense for your profit level, right? Based upon your profit level, it may or may not make sense in terms of the ROI. So you need to do some deeper analysis. But if you are an S corporation and you have high profit margins, then it is a no-brainer and something you're throwing money down the drain if you're not already. That is strategy number 1. And that kind of rolls into strategy number 2, which is putting together a proactive tax strategy. A lot of agency owners don't realize by the time year end is over, you've missed 99% of tax strategies that you could implement to lower your business taxes and lower your personal taxes to build your long-term wealth. A great example of that is prepaying expenses. So a lot of business owners don't realize you can make prepayments before the year's over. For example, you're spending on marketing for the year and you know you have a set budget for that 2026 year. You could prepay in advance a significant amount in 2025 to get the full deduction in 2025 and wipe down some of your taxable income. Another great example of this is a retirement account. A solo 401k, for example, the door closes for that on December 31st. So if you're not proactive about this, you could miss out on the tens of thousands of dollars advanced retirement strategy that you could be saving and putting towards your long-term wealth and your personal lifestyle. Another huge bonus of doing proactive tax strategy is the predictability. You know exactly how much tax you're going to pay throughout the year. You can set aside quarterly estimates, which you're required to do so you're not penalized. And so just overall being proactive about this, having the predictability, having funds set aside, and also strategizing throughout the year as opposed to missing out on 99% of the strategies by the time the year is over is going to put you in a position better than 99.99% of business owners. Okay, and the last thing is missed business deductions. This is actually way bigger than you would think. I've seen client scenarios where they missed tens of thousands of dollars in business deductions because they're coded incorrectly. And for example, a $100,000 missed deduction, that could translate to around $40,000 of an additional tax that you paid the IRS that could have went to hiring the next staff, putting it towards more marketing, putting it towards a contractor, putting it towards your personal lifestyle. $40,000 is no joke, and that's why capturing missed deductions and having pinpoint accurate bookkeeping is the foundation of all of this. If your books aren't in order, everything else topples down. And so those are the 3 main things that I'll see that you can optimize as a creative agency owner. Number 1 was your entity structure. Number 2 is putting together a proactive tax strategy. And the last thing is having accurate books so you're capturing all these deductions and you're not leaving money on the table. And if you're interested in getting accurate bookkeeping and tax strategy throughout the year so you're on top of it, you can check out strongholdaccountants.com. We help creative agency owners with their bookkeeping and tax strategy throughout the year so they can build their long-term wealth. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope this helped.